Wow, I would say good morning, but it's barely morning. It's coming up to 1 o'clock. Again, don't know where the morning's gone, but just look at my mug. Yeah, it's really cool. Okay. So, as usual, four-legged friend isn't far away. He's actually right there, sit next to me. You gonna come cuddle? No? No, he decided to scratch. I have been on Skype this morning for about 2 hours with Penny and Irina for our knit night. So I've caught up with them, put the word to rights as you do, and I got lots of knitting done while I was chatting. So that was really good. The only thing is now it put me right behind. So I've got to, oh, excuse moi, refocus, decide what I'm going to do with the rest of the day. I was up, thanks to Henry, I was up stupid early. I put my clock forward, but Henry clearly decided he wanted me up even earlier than normal. So I not only lost an hour, I lost another hour because he came and got me up and he would not let me alone. So I think he might be relegated back to the kitchen tonight. Yeah, now he's chewing his bone. Wow, I've got the sun streaming in through the window on me, so it's nice and warm here, because otherwise it's actually quite cold. I think I'm quite low down as well, aren't I, there than normal. Sit up. Hen, can we... No. What he doesn't know is that this afternoon he's going to get a bath and a bit of a brush through, because he's a bit naughty and he's a bit smelly. So he's going to go in the bath upstairs, as it's too cold to do it outside. So that'll be fun. I'll get Hannah to film a bit of that. And then in a little while as well, once Henry has finished chewing his bone and I've had my coffee and my biscuit, I will show you my knitting progress. Hey Hen, have you just had a bath? Are you all nice and clean? Oh look, honey can smell that you're nice and clean. Are you all crinkly? You got the crinkled look. Oh honey, oh, he's a good boy. Look, all washed and nice. Oh, oh, achoo. Doesn't look like I've moved, does it, since I last filmed a clip? There's very little going on here today. I've just been sitting working on my gingerbread men's socks, or sock. I've just turned the heel. I'm going to go and feed the dogs and get dinner on. And then I thought I'd do a little knitting book review. So I shall be back shortly. Okay, I'm back. We've had sleet today. Has anybody else had sleet? Some friends of mine further east from us actually had snow. It's bonkers. What is going on there? It's sort of 5 o'clock. I've got dinner in the oven. I'll be ready till 7. Actually, it's 6 o'clock. So I thought, that's a long time for dinner. Yeah, so dinner's ready at 7. And don't tell Hannah, but I've made an apple crumble. It's her favourite. It's her favourite. So yeah, we're going to have a lovely, wholesome, hearty dinner tonight. It's been a very non-eventful day. Not a lot of exciting stuff to record for you. And I got worried that I didn't have anything to share with you, apart from dog stuff, as usual. So I thought I'd do a little impromptu book review of knitting books. I picked out 3 and a bit, plus 2 small ones. Also, I'm looking so hollow-eyed and tired. I do apologise for that. And you know, the other day, yesterday was it, I had the wrong glasses on. Can't find any glasses. I don't know what I've done with them, which is really irritating. So you're all a big blur. Hey ho. Anyway, and I also know that my oven timer is going to go off in about 10 minutes, so I'll have to disappear and then come back and deal with all of that. Enough of all that waffle. First of all, the very first knitting writer that I really got into, and that really was responsible for my knitting passion, was Stephanie Pearl McPhee, who has a blog, quite old-fashioned these days, and she's known as the Yarn Harlot. And I used to follow her blog religiously. I'd be waiting for the next post and the next post, and I have all of her books either in hard copy or on Kindle, and I really recommend them to you. If you haven't yet discovered her, or if you've only got 1 or 2, try and get hold of her other books. They are such good value if you're a knitter. Really great. They're so funny and so really on point. And obviously I would encourage you to pick them up secondhand. Go on to a secondhand website. Is it Abe Books or the Oxfam Bookshop? You're bound to be able to find them there, or even on Amazon Marketplace. They have them, don't they, new and used. Obviously you can get them new, but as we're trying to do the whole sustainable thing. So the very first one I picked up, ironically, from the Oxfam Bookshop was, oh, a bit wobbly, sorry, it's that one. So that was my first introduction to Stephanie Pearl McPhee. And you can see she looks very young there. Is that focused? I'm not sure, because obviously I can't focus. It's this is brilliant, and it's all just literally little kind of 1-page sound bites of observations about knitting. The next one I had was this one, Things I Learned from Knitting Whether I Wanted to or Not. Again, only a small book. That was great. I'm just trying to look for the others that she's done, because mine are upstairs. I just dip into them all the time. Oh, I'm not going to have them here now. Yeah, I will put it along the bottom, her other books. The other ones are slightly longer. The chapters are kind of discussions and essays about various incidences, most always comical. It's laugh out loud. It's really great. I really recommend them to you, especially at the moment when we're all a little bit stir crazy and down in the dumps. So yeah, Stephanie Pearl McPhee. Obviously Clara Parks is out there as well as a great knitting writer. She's not so out and out drop down funny as Stephanie Pearl McPhee, but I do like Clara Parks. I haven't got her new one. Is it Vanishing Fleece? But I have the other 3, and I've recently been listening to Knitlandia again on audiobook. I think I shared that with you when I went up to Unravel. No, because I wasn't doing the vlog then, was I? So, but yeah, very good writer as well. Very good. Then something completely different. I have this book called The Knitting Life List by Gwen Steege. Now, this is quite an old one. I've had this for some time, and I did spend quite a lot of time working through this. Anyway, I've probably had it for about 8 or 9 years. And what it does is kind of give you a bit of a challenge, really, a bit of a knitting challenge. So this is the index. So for example, the yarn life list. So if we go, it gives you top 5 picks, talks about techniques, garments, specific patterns, other fibres. It then talks about all the different fibres that you can get. And what it does, if I can I'll show you a bit of this. So we've got, in this bit, we've got meet. So that's a list of people to challenge yourself to meet. Then we've got discover here. So for example, you've got look for a natural colour Angora yarn. Search for yarns labelled by sheep breeds. Look for fibres you've never used before. And then it says, do try hand paint or hand dye some yarn, knit socks from the toe up, knit a Debbie Bliss design, work one of Vivian Hawkesbury's designs, recycle an old sweater. So it's all lists of things that you can do. Knit a Pam Allen design, create a hand knit toy, make some booties, learn a new knitting technique every month, use leftover yarns to knit dolls' clothes. And basically, yeah, so it's just full. It's full of all different things. There's a section for different patterns, for various hats, different types of hats you might want to knit. You know, we've got all those sort of things. It's such a great book. It's a really great book. So that's The Knitter's Life List by Gwen W. Steege, S-T-E-E-G-E. Really good. That'll keep you busy. If you're in lockdown at the moment, this would be great for you. So they're general ones. So 2 pattern books then. Another one that I would say though that is a rush out and buy it now is this one. I absolutely love this book by Hannah Thiessen. And my most favourite sweater in this book is the one on the back. That has been on my list. That is one that keeps jumping to my attention. The only thing is it's knit. The construction is a little bit of a challenge for me. It's flat as well, and I'm not sure at the moment whether I want to do a flat knit. So, but this book is wonderful. It's subtitled A Journey from Sheep to Skein to Stitch. And it talks about sourcing your yarns, about different yarn production methods, about environmental considerations. It talks about, it has yarn profiles, so it takes yarn, so it looks at wool, Jill Draper Make Stuff, Woolfolk, Emiac, Mayak, let's call it Emiac, Brooklyn Tweed, Quince and Company. So it looks at all of those. This is a fairly new book. I think this was 2017, but these brands are still obviously highly relevant. And it has patterns as well. So it has a selection of patterns. I'm just trying to find, look at that. I'd forgotten about this one. Look, isn't that beautiful? And that, I think, is in sport weight. And I've got some sport weight yarn. Oh yes, that might be I've totally forgotten about that. That's done in the round as well. And it's got, let's have a look. There's a lovely cowl, a big squishy cowl. You see that in it? So there's probably, I'm not entirely sure how many patterns. Hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 patterns by the looks of it, roughly. But the essays in it, the essays and the articles written by lots of different designers and knitters are really great. And it's just a real book to savour. I'd really recommend this one, especially if you're looking into more sustainable way of doing things. I'm now really excited about that cable sweater. Be leaving that one out. And then the last one I was going to talk about for today, and this is a weird one because I haven't knit anything from here, but there are some lovely patterns. Just a sec, my oven is now beeping. Okay, I'm back. Didn't see me go, did you? So yes, the next book then, and this is edited by Kerry Boggart, and it is called Coffee House Knits. Now, I have to say, I was just a sucker for the whole aesthetic of this book. It's really lovely the way it's done. It's an interweave publication, so as you would imagine, it's got some quite big name designers of the patterns. We've got Amy Gunderson, Shannon Cook, Andrea Rangel, Hannah Thiessen, funnily enough, Melody Hoffman, and various others. And there must be 20 patterns in here, plus a few essays from the contributors. I was just going to look and see what the Melody Hoffman pattern is. Page 70. Let's have a look. And they're all, as you would imagine, they're all named for coffees and coffee shop stuff. Ah, it's a big chunky knit from Melody Hoffman there. Okay, that's that one. So, but it's just a really nice book to have. But it's got some good patterns in it as well. So yeah, so that's my that was my little selection of books that I thought you might be interested in, especially bearing in mind I haven't really done much else today, but I have done some knitting. So just whiz on to some knitting. If you're watching this and you're not a knitter or a crafter, then, well, firstly, why are you watching this? And secondly, be back to a bit more, well, relative normality tomorrow. But I have just done the heel. I put the heel in to my gingerbread sock. Ta-da! I sat down and did that whilst I listened to the today's press conference, you know, the government report thing. So I'm really pleased I've turned that heel. That's been sitting there for a few days waiting for that to be done. So now I'm just stuck in it right up to the toe. So that's great. So that's another, because I said I'd get that done by Easter, didn't I? Which is effectively the end of the vlog. So that's only about a week away. Will you miss me? Oh, you think, thank goodness she's not waffling on at us every day. So my Rosa cardigan, as I said, I was struggling a little bit with this. I am just about to cast off the body. There you go. So it's going to be cropped. It's going to be the same length as this one. So that's my waist, because I like to wear sweaters over dresses or possibly high-waisted things, because I'm a high-waisted kind of person. So I did a little bit of extra rib just to bring it down a little bit, because I'm quite high-waisted. And tonight I'm going to sit down and I'm going to cast that off, and then I'll be ready to pick up the sleeves. Whether or not I have a few days break from it, I might do, so I can work on one or two other things, maybe do some more on my dirty lace shawl. Although, of course, the sleeves, you know, this is straightforward stockinette, so once I get the sleeve shaping underway. But there you go, Rosa cardigan. This seems to be all over Instagram at the moment. There's a couple of other, is it the Felix sweater and the Felix cardigan that is using this decorated raglan increase, sorry. But it's so pretty, so nice. So, feeling quite pleased about that. That's probably all. The tea cozy. Can't remember if I talked about that earlier, but it is close from being finished, so I'm not going to show you now. I will show you that tomorrow when I've done that. I didn't do any more quilting today. I've really worked on the socks and the cardigan. I have turned the heel and I'm working down the gusset decreases on the Heidi Allender sock, so it's all good. It's all good. My sitting around today, you obviously you can't see the dogs. They're on the settee in the window where I was sitting earlier, and they're both curled up fast asleep. They're not chewing their bones, they're not pattering up and down, and they're not pestering me. What has happened? What's happened? The sunshine. Even though it's freezing out there. They are. And Henry, well, you would have seen, had his bath. I didn't do any filming because it would have meant dragging Hannah in to film it, and she was busy, and I needed to get on with it because I really wasn't looking forward to it. But he was very good, and he's now super fluffy. So I think that's all I've got to share with you. So I need to go and get the apple crumble in the oven. In the meantime, I hope you've had a peaceful and as relaxing a weekend as you can. I hope that you're all keeping your chin up. Remember to think of something each day that makes you smile. It's a bit cheesy saying, we've a lot to be grateful for, but we so have. We so have. So I'm sending you all a big virtual hug as soon as I come and share your house space each day. And I think the chair's squeaky. When I was watching the vlog the other day, I heard that kind of squeaking, and I think it's when I'm leaning backwards and forwards on this chair. Anyway, another bit of trivia. Take care. I will see you all tomorrow.